What's going on, Solid Steppers? What's up, Tech the Titans? This is Miss Ward coming at you. Man, sitting here taking it one moment at a time. Right now, I'm sliding through Gulf Breeze. Like, share, and subscribe. And just doing my usual reflection. You know, it's so important that you allow people to pour into you who have experience and who have your best interests in mind. Yesterday, I was watching a video with someone that I follow and I watch, and I've communicated with them directly on different situations and projects, and actually gotten some coaching from them because they really are ahead of the game. And that's Tamika Reed and Dee over at Women in Linux. And she was doing a video, and unfortunately, and my condolences go out to her sincerely, her and her family. Her mom just passed, and she was talking about how people sit out here and say money don't matter. And that's a lie. And she's absolutely right. Money does matter. I would strongly recommend that you guys get your financial houses in order, not just for today, but tomorrow. You know, um, I have raised maybe about 10 kids, but I don't have any biological children. And even if you have kids, it's not promised that they're going to be able to provide and take care of you. And the mere fact she was able to take care of her mom, spare no expense because of the choices she made, the career she chose, how she became a Swiss Army knife, and she was able to make multiple hundreds of thousands of dollars a year in a specific field, put money away, make the proper investments, and educate herself financially to make those moves. So during her time of need and her mom and her family's situation, she was able to take that money game off the table. When you're in the trades, people have to understand this is not something you can do forever. Yeah, you can have a business, you can try to pass it down, and you can do succession plans, you can do a lot of things. But in these trades, we all know, those of us who are really trained and really invest in our businesses, we know how expensive the parts are. We know how expensive the continuous training is, staying certified, staying on top of your game, staying up with the latest technology, and being able to acquire the tools in order to service that technology. All that's extremely expensive. So it leaves you with, some profit and things of that nature. But what do you do with that? How do you set up, your self-directed IRAs? What insurance do you cover? How do you invest in other assets such as land, properties, rentals, other businesses? Like, you really need to get it together, because the reality is having your own business is not as easy as people think. And being able to wear all those hats, and then knowing what to outsource and how to even manage it once you outsource it. Because at the end of the day, you have to know a little bit of everything, and so that you can vet the people that you're gonna hire to be your bookkeeper, your accountant, that's handling your money. And then on top of that, if you're hiring staff, the whole training process and managing them to the best of their potential, you got to first start with quality material. And when I say quality material, like, human resources is very important if you're going to be managing people, even if you're just managing yourself. This is why you hear me preach about the importance of managing you, disciplining you, that you're the solution. You're the problem and the solution. I step away from the channel, a couple of weeks at a time sometimes, simply because I have a real business. I'm really working, and I'm working not only in the business and on the business, I am the business. And so this was not the original plan, and you'll hear me say that all the time. But I understand, when you blessed, you can't mock your blessings. You can't take it for granted. Like, God gave me a platform. God gave me the skills to be able to be not only mechanical, but intellectual, and to be able to put those worlds together and throw a business acumen in there. Am I perfect? Absolutely not. But this is why I don't talk about everything. Because if I'm not doing it, I'm not putting it out there. If this is not my trajectory and how I'm moving, I'm not putting it out there, because I know a lot of people gonna live off of free 99. Let's just keep it real. They will sit here and do paralysis analysis, and they'll be able to verse everything, and all they doing is spouting what you say. They really haven't done the research. Let me tell you something about Tamika Reed and D.O. the Women in Linux. They do the research, and the proof is in the pudding. And when I hear this woman have a heartfelt conversation about taking the time to get your house in order and to do things today so your 100-year-old self would appreciate it, she talking to me. Literally. And so, that's why people ask me who I watch. I watch Erica Williams from Classic Climb. I watch Ray Dalio because that's my dog. Principles. If you don't have the book, you need to get it, and you better understand financial literacy. And I'm not talking about that romper room. You need to understand history, why the economy is where it is, and how history repeats itself. Everything is cyclical. Y'all know what the hell I'm trying to say. But what goes around comes around. And if you understand trends, because let me tell you what don't change. People's behavior, how they act in certain environments due to the script, due to their programming, due to what they were raised in. Most people are okay being not only mediocre, but below average. Lead them there. You cannot change these. I'm a firm believer. People be like hating on me because I just tell it like it is. You can't change these folks. People change when they want to change. You need to focus on you and getting your own mindset in order, because as you get your mindset in order, it's going to put you in spaces and places that you can excel. And the reason I'm saying that is a lot of people want stuff, but they're not prepared for it mentally, spiritually, emotionally, physically, or financially for the experience that comes with that and the responsibility. When people say to whom much is given, much is expected, that's about the realest thing ever said. And I'm going to just keep it a buck. You have to understand that nothing is promised. I sit here and I watch some of the most beautiful, most handsome, gifted people fade into the woodwork because of the choices that were made. Am I blaming them? No. Because a lot of these blueprints were made in the womb. And when I say that, I mean what your mama and your daddy was going through when you was conceived and the stress that your mama carried, that stuff still affects you today. If you had a happy childhood or if you weren't exposed to certain things, that affects you today. If you were exposed to certain things and you out here trauma bonding with people who have certain experiences and who believe the world is against them, that's exactly what your life gonna look like. What you gonna tell me? I'm round and brown, and I'm female. So guess what? Among other things, the reality is, if I allowed those things to dictate my life, I would not be who I am. I would not have this channel. I would not be sharing information, because this is gonna help somebody. Like I said, I offer the coaching, but I'm very particular who I coach, and I will give your money back in a minute because I don't do drama and I don't do slow. I'm just keeping it real. I do not have time for folks who are in their own way. And if you talk to any of my students, they will tell me, yeah, they made mistakes, they went through stuff, but guess what? Miss Ward told them. Now, did everybody follow what I said? Some did, some didn't. Some went out there and learned, and that's expected because we're humans. That's what you do. I'm not saying I'm perfect. All I'm saying is I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm going to tell you the mistakes, the things that will happen when you make certain choices, and how to prepare. And and I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I haven't made those same mistakes, because that's a lie. I made the exact same mistakes. This is why I'm sitting here giving you these cautionary tales. Take your time, spend some time with yourself, and really understand what it's going to take for you to survive if you are the only thing left. If all you got is you got to be able to depend on you. And if you can't depend on you in the form you are today, then you need to change that. You got to address these things. You can't blame your family, where you come from. Let me tell you something. I am nowhere near where I came from and where I was raised. And I've always been that way. From the time I could get out on my own, I got so damn far away from there, from the hood and from my family. I love them now. I ain't knocking them. Don't get me wrong. But you have to go and discover you and what works for you. And a lot of times, because we have a heart for the people, you don't want to leave. You don't want to leave people behind to deal with situations, because you was born with that cape, that Captain Save-A-Ho cape. I mean, it is what it is. A lot of y'all would not burn that. Y'all need to burn that cake. But you know why you won't burn it? You won't burn the cake because you get something out of that. You get some type of, I don't know if it's severe, let's put the clinical name. Codependency at its best. You got to be an enabler. You got to have a reason to blame somebody else for where you not, what you haven't achieved, which I think is crazy. You in America, man. And while America's America, you better get it together. While you got opportunity, you have choices and you can go make different choices. I'm telling you, you might want to do it now because ain't nothing promised tomorrow. So I want to send a special shout out to my friend Tamika Reed and my condolences to her family. But the mere fact that woman got on the screen and still gave us gems, even in the midst of her pain, nothing but respect. I couldn't do it. Y'all wouldn't see me for about, I don't know, maybe a whole year. Simply because I got to process. I got to figure out what's going on. How do I deal with this? Like I'm a different person. You know what I mean? Now, I probably would throw myself into work because I understand that's my medication. But I don't know, man. That's a special spirit because she got a call on her life and she keep giving us the game. And let me tell you something. If I ain't never heard her before, trust me, I heard her yesterday. So I recommend y'all go take a look over at Women in Linux and Tech Stocks and Jobs. She's always giving out information about how to get into the industry, how to structure your training and structure your roadmap in such a way that you're going to be successful, and a lot of times, like people say, a lot of times we go out here and do stuff not necessarily that we like and we want to do, but we like the benefits of the bags that it gives us and the flexibility that the money gives us to invest and really actually understand what the other side of the world look when you actually don't have to worry about where your money comes from, how you going to pay a bill and having too much at the end of the month. I mean, appliance repair is the same way. But the difference with appliance repairs, you can't do this your whole life. You can do that. And I keep trying to tell people, as you get in a certain point, you got to make different decisions. You got to make different decisions. You got to be around people that's going to pour into you. And then you got to learn how to shut up and actually hear them and move accordingly. I'm out here knocking out jobs. Just left Gulf Breeze. I'm headed over here to Crestview to knock out a job. And then I'm done for the day. I want to get in my garden because I need to do some stuff on the patio and try to turn that into throw some water features out there. I don't know about the water features because every time I think about water features in Florida, I think about mosquitoes. I swear I don't even want to deal with that. But at the end of the day, they got something for everything. They got something for mosquitoes. They got something to have water features so you don't have to worry about insects and other things. But I'm telling you, it's hot. It is hot. It's been 9,700 degrees down here in Florida all last week. I didn't know where I was. But anyway, at the end of the day, y'all got to make better decisions, man. And y'all got to understand. People can't teach you nothing if they ain't been there. They might want the best for you, but those same systems don't work in 2025. Some of the basic stuff work, but that long-term preparing for your future, when you know people out here in your family been dependent on Social Security and Social Security ain't going to be here, not in the form that you know it today, it's barely here now. But at the end of the day, I mean, look, I look at my mom. My mom got Social Security. She got pensions because she was, with the county and Broward County Sheriff's Department and all that stuff. And she didn't get with Broward County Sheriff's Department until she got older. And before that, she was an LPN and a nurse. That's that life of the BMW on the side of the road. More power to you, bro. But, like I said, y'all got to make decisions. Like I said, I got into appliance repair. I have a boutique appliance repair business, and I got into it for one thing, as I told y'all, cash flow for investments and other things I do. I'm very clear about that because I understand what my original plan was. So at the end of the day, y'all got to figure it out. Y'all really got to figure it out, and y'all got to figure it out like yesterday. Because when I tell you that clock's ticking, man, I don't know what else to tell you, y'all. Get it together today. Do something today to take care of yourself when you are old and gray, so you can still have a smile on your face, stress free. Because I'm telling you, you got to watch it. Because y'all have no idea. It's a lot of people that ain't prepared for nothing, and they on the dum-dum. They gonna be on the dum-dum without me. I'm gonna sit over here. I'm gonna stay. Hey, I'm gonna be the low nail. Hey, you ain't gonna even see me. I'm moving so quiet. They think I fell off. I'm telling you, I'm so quiet, and that's how I like it. Because what I learned, unfortunately, is that there's a certain group of people at a certain level never want to see you win. As you elevate, you'll be around people that not only want to see you win, and they celebrate your wins more than you do. And they keep you pumped, keep you hyped. When you're going through, like I had one of the people in my round table, was facing some challenges, as we all do. And you got to be able to uplift people up. You might not be able to fix it, but you may not only, you share some of the things that keep your spirits up, keep you focused, keep you, on point. Because a lot of times we can surround ourselves or find ourselves in situations that we ignored, and then here they come hitting you upside the head. It's called life, man. Like I tell people all the time, you can't let life get you. This ain't nothing but a game. Learn the game of life. What they say, the game of life and how to play it. It's a great book. Now, anybody know me? I am an avid reader, and there's a great book called The Game of Life and How to Play It. I read that book 15 years ago. Well, let me stop lying. Maybe 30 years ago. The book was written in 1922. It's called The Game of Life and How to Play It. The author is a lady by the name of Florence Scovel Shinn. She has another book called The Word Is Your Wand. She's got a lot of them, but the most popular that people know is The Game of Life and How to Play It. You can go right here on YouTube and listen to it on audio. It's really about the way your process, how you think, the energy you put out, and the energy you get back, and how the life and death is in the tongue. Let me tell you, that right there, listen to that over and over. Listen to that book over and over for a week, and then tell me about it later. Keep your head in order, man. Because you got to understand, you can program yourself for greatness. It's just you can't let them damn habits and what you comfortable in slow you down. You got to realize you being comfortable ain't got nothing to do with success. One thing I heard Prime Time say, Mr. Deion Sanders said, that wherever God sends you, you ain't going to be comfortable. If you're comfortable, it's time to go. I'm trying to tell you. That means you ain't growing. We are funny creatures. A lot of times, we'll get in a comfort zone and a stride, and then we get stuck, and we don't even understand we're not growing, we're not striving. In fact, stuff is passing us by. You should always be striving and growing, no matter what. Life is too short, man. And it's so much you haven't seen and haven't been exposed to. And if you bring that hustle, them street smarts to the next level, you'd be surprised. You're a superstar. Because guess what? They up there coasting. They don't even see you coming. In fact, they done underestimated the hell out of you. Ask me how I know. But at the end of the day, take care of you today so you can be okay tomorrow. So you can be great tomorrow. That means what you eat, what you intake mentally, spiritually, and otherwise. You got to watch everything, y'all, because I'm watching people get health diagnoses, man. I got so many people leaving Earth right now. It's messing me up. Friends of mine, it's crazy. It's wild. Like people you just talked to last week, this week, they ain't no longer with us. I'm like, what is happening? And it makes you look at your own mortality, So with that said, y'all, I want y'all to be blessed. Once again, I want to send my condolences over to Miss Tamika Reed and her family. Such a gift. That lady did not have to get on here and give us, man, we appreciate you, Tamika. With that said, y'all, solid steppers keep stepping. Y'all go over there and support Tamika's channel, Women in Linux, Linux. Tech Stocks and Jobs is one of my favorite because it's every Saturday, and she just be going through, pulling articles, sharing data, giving you steps on how to move in multiple areas of your life. If I wasn't listening to her, I wouldn't know this. So I'm dang sure gonna give her credit. I appreciate you. Y'all take it light. I also want to give a shout out to D, you know, her supporting counterpart over there that handles the background and keeps everybody in check, including Tamika. So with that said, y'all, I want y'all to stay blessed. I want you to stay focused. And I want you to, most of all, make the best decisions today so you won't regret them tomorrow. Let's get it. Miss Ward signing off.